Good morning. June 20th, 2022. Going to take a little walk around the yard. Have a surprise to show you at the end of the video, pretty much the end of the video. So everything's nice and green and growing. This magnolia tree, which we planted about 6 years ago, is doing great. Planted a bunch of begonias in the front walls. The flax lilies are growing well, doing well. So let's just take a little walk. Here's the curbing. So when we got a Christmas tree at a farm in Brooksville, they were selling a few leftover Carolina sapphire cypress trees. So I bought 6 of them for 20 bucks a piece, and they've tripled in size since December. They're going to grow to 12 feet high and 10 feet wide, and they're going to be like a beautiful border. So here's a look of the other perspective here in the house. So this is actually a live oak tree that, just for fun of it, I've kind of trained it as a topiary, so to speak. Very cool. This is what a live oak normally looks like. All these live oaks here, over there. But for the past 4 or 5 years, I've just kept it trimmed and round. You can see it's very stiff plant, or tree rather. So this is kind of cool. This is a tree. So let's walk around the yard. Just spent a couple minutes talking to my neighbor, Denise, and her little doggy. So here's what's funny, not funny, but this time of year, you know, when we're getting warm weather and rain, the grass will grow, you know, an inch a day or more. So I'm cutting it like every 4 or 5 days now. Happy to have my little Cub Cadet tractor, which has been really awesome the way it works. All right, so the bird room is a real success. Past week we've seen hummingbirds, in addition to all the other birds that we get. Cardinals and woodpeckers and Florida brown birds and finches. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of birds, which is really fun. You can probably hear them. So Karen and I are now officially married 50 years. Celebrated our anniversary on Saturday. Had a great dinner, and then in 2 weeks, all 4 kids and their spouses are coming, and/or spouses, because some have spouses and some don't. So this has been a very resilient plant. It's Penta, I believe it's called. Really, really nice. And, you know, you learn every time. This is going to be a plant that I'm going to feature next year. It's just so resilient to the Florida heat. Really happy. This was a perennial that I transplanted, and it's doing well. This is a yellow hibiscus, planted last week, doing well. The birds do enjoy the bird bath every day. And the suet and the sunflower seeds. Bought 5 of these, you know, fake plastic Adirondack chairs, but they're good chairs. And what's cool is they have this little cup holder and a place to put your cell phone. Kind of neat. So in a couple of weeks, we're going to have a lot of fires in the chimney at night, and we're going to have the whole family, all the kids and granddaughter Daisy, all going to be here for anywhere from 5 days to 14 days. It's going to be nice. All I have to do is call the birds and they come. You can see they just jumped off. There we go. Looks like a little finch. It's funny how the small birds are that might be a chickadee. Small birds are the bravest. And they love hanging out in these trees close by. So I have a surprise. Hopefully. Experimented with a bluebird house this year. First one ever. Let's see if we get something here. Yep. Hungry. So I'm not going to hang around because mom and dad might get upset. But there's 3 of them. I learned a lot about bluebird houses. First of all, that's a really good house that I bought. They should be about 5 feet above the ground. So we don't have any cats here, but so that cats can't jump up and grab the adult when they're feeding their young. Once they're born, they leave the nest in 7 to 10 days. So these guys, this is a rare moment where you can actually see the little babies before they leave. And once they leave, then I think those are the parents that just flew by. Once they leave, then I can go in and clean out the bluebird house, and they'll come back. Same mother will come back and have as many as 3 to 4 sets of babies a year. So there's 3 in there now, pretty sure. There's at least 3. And the other thing I learned is that the 1.5 inch opening needs to be that diameter so that they feel safe. This is a good house where it's got a little latch on it. The bottom opens up and you just put on some rubber gloves and remove the nest and just do a basic clean out, not a cleaning. Just clean it out and get it ready for the next time. And they'll probably come back now every 3 to 4 months and have more babies. So that's cool. So I'm gonna put 1 or 2 more up. I'm gonna space them apart. I'm gonna have them face east because they don't like facing west. It's too hot. Right now this is facing southeast, which is fine. And I'll have another one over here, maybe and another one here with no tree access so that squirrels can't jump on them or anything like that. So that's pretty cool learning about that. I think I mentioned we also have been getting hummingbirds. This is really cool. This Carolina sapphire cypress tree. This is a beautiful tree, and it's already, you know, growing rapidly next to the sundial and other flowers. So we've seen the backyard before, but this is just 8 o'clock in the morning on a Monday morning. Always see things. Yesterday we saw 2 armadillos. Erin was here with her 2 new dogs, and there were 2 armadillos over here in the corner, and they were playing. And the dogs sensed that, went over and chased them out. I didn't know that armadillos can run 30 miles an hour and weigh up to 60 pounds. And they're strictly vegetarians. So that was interesting. So the outdoor lighting is working out great. You know, the trees are lit up at night, and the yard in the backyard is lit up at night with the moon lighting. So that's good. And again, the birds are all kind of flying all around here. Don't know if we're going to get lucky. Have them come feed. But the grass is constantly growing and reseeding right now. These are seeds up at the top, and even if I mulch them, the seeds go into the soil. So the grass is really doing great, very healthy. So this is probably one of the more exciting videos that you've ever seen. This live oak tree that is now 30 plus feet was a quarter of the size just a few years ago, because it was surrounded by 2 pine trees like this, completely hidden. And the reason why this live oak tree is straight up is because it was shooting straight up to get some sun. Here's a cardinal. Oh, they're pretty timid birds. Anyway, always a good sign to see a cardinal in the morning. Yeah, so this thing is like 30 feet up, going straight up, and it's going to be a magnificent tree. Just really, really cool. Really cool tree. So the palm grove has worked out great. Everybody seems happy over there. And this Myrtle Oak Tree, which was very heavily pruned like 3 months ago, it's doing really well. It's now positioned. Going to do another pruning this November, but it's now positioned, I'd say it's 35 feet, and filling out nicely and shooting up, really shooting up, growing fast vertically now because of the pruning. The pruning and see, I could never stand under this tree before it was pruned. I'm under it now. The next phase on the pruning is to actually remove the lower branches. This one right here, and this one right here, and this one right here. These three lower branches are going to be removed, and that's going to give much more energy to the tree vertically. There might be a couple of other branches here that they're going to selectively remove, but if we back up, like this is the focal point of the backyard, this myrtle oak. So this is a very pretty tree, very cool center point. And we got more birds over here feeding. I don't know if you can see that or not. We'll kind of walk up and say hello until they get nervous and fly away. That's a Florida brown bird on the bottom there. Yeah, see, we're getting a lot of activity here. Two cardinals chasing each other, having fun playing. I mean, every morning, well, actually all day, we now have dozens of birds playing. And again, we've got our bluebird nest, which is really a cool thing. Beginner's luck. First time I've ever tried it. And we're going to do it again. One or two more. These palms here, they're called Spanish bayonets. They're happy. And this is a viburnum, which is, these are all going to become red berries, these little guys here. It's very happy, doing well. The Spanish bayonet, as I've said in other videos, have a serrated edge. And this would cut my thumb if I put pressure on it. I'd drag it down. It would cut my thumb. I mean, it's really sharp. That's why they call it the bayonet. So you might recall that starting here at St. Francis and going down maybe 30 feet beyond that second gray chair, that's all newly planted Bahia sod, because all the way down to here, like last year at this time, from here up over where the chimney is, where all these bird feeders are, this was all palmetto palms that were just like out of control with vines. So all this, I removed all of this, put the sod in, put the chimney pit in, put the walkway in, got 60 yards of oak chips laid. So that this project, now that is an interesting little critter. That's a little mole, which I haven't seen before. Got a lot of nerve being out here. They dig and they make little, that's interesting, huh? They make little, pretty brave little guy. It's not a squirrel, it's a mole. And over here on this little tree on the bottom branch, there's a Florida brown bird. Yep, this guy finally chickened out and left. Lots of activity. This is a long video. Oh my God. Well, you know, I'm not doing this, even though I've got like 700 followers, I'm not doing this to generate more followers on YouTube, but more just to document it, show my kids, because they're good doobies and they actually watch this stuff. I'm going to end by saying bye-bye to the bluebird babies. They're saying, wait a minute, you're not my mom or dad. Okay, you get the idea. Beautiful Monday morning here in Florida. I hope everybody has a good day and stay safe.